Hello, sisters. Thank you for your feedback, always helpful. I'll record a shorter video that touches on the most important points I want to make. I agree that a short introduction is more accessible. The reason I included the longer version on the website was to give people a good idea of myself and my methods. I'm trying to convey an accurate sense of who I am. Whenever I go looking for anything like this, I'm always frustrated by the bland sameness of it all. And if I do contact a person, it's almost invariably because they have been recommended. I learn nothing about the individual. I'd like to know more than what is conveyed by vague promises and reworked pitches. Who are you? That's what I'm trying to answer. Anyone who gets to the website usually has genuine interest, is my thinking. Most of my visitors are either word of mouth, which is critical, hyperventilating change happens, or social media. Creating awareness is the trick. I have a half-hour free meeting with a prospective client for their benefit in mind to see if there's a fit. That meeting can run a bit longer, but I like to keep it as brief as possible to avoid wasting anyone's time. I have a workflow set up with an online calendar where any available time that works for the client can be booked. The calendar's on the website and is accessed through a link I provide. An email confirmation is sent out with a 24-hour reminder emailed later. The email contains a scheduled online meet link, but I also encourage people to make a phone-only appointment if they are more comfortable with that. That part of the process is used both to set up the initial call and to facilitate subsequent sessions. I also have a mentoring agreement which is set up to make signing by both parties very simple. All of it is designed to be accessible to anyone whose technical experience may be limited to email. While I know I add value, it's difficult trying to convey what I can do for a person without veering off into a heard-it-all-before pitch. Finding the right balance is tricky. There's a vast difference between claiming to have expertise in an area and actually having expertise. The website is my attempt to bridge that. The maybe sharing too much comments were interesting as well. This is very specifically what I wanted to do. My thinking is that if a person is interested, they'll appreciate the detail. I envision in the initial meetings I have with people that are interested that they're empowered to ask questions of me, that they have a sense of me and what we'll be doing. I'm okay with someone just using whatever part of the approach they might find useful without further input from me. It's not so much this approach that I'm encouraging people to consider. It's more my experience with using this approach that has merit. What I offer is a great deal of experience with making real changes. That's why I included the anecdote in the longer video to tie it all together. That story has way more parts and nuance than I shared, and I have a great assortment of similar experiences. That's the value of me in the work. I've probably done what the person wants to do, or a version of it. I know how to make changes. Many people don't even know where to begin. Those are the people I want to help. While in principle, I agree with the idea that some people will want to see a face, I'm just not willing to be that present online. I realize that may be limiting, but I'm okay with that. That's a big part of the reason I've committed to being so transparent on the website and with my approach. I realize that the biggest question is, why should I work with you? I want a person who might be looking for someone like me to have a very real idea of who I am. I've provided words, voice, anecdotes, an approach that I've used to great benefit and how I use that approach. And listing my life experience gives a person an outrageous amount of information about me. There's no attempt to hide behind anything. I really want a person, if they're interested, to come away from this site thinking, okay, I have a feel for this guy. I rarely find that online. It will appeal to anyone looking for real help with changing their circumstances, I believe. Thank you, siblings. Always your brother.